Scott, as you have mentioned repeatedly, tonight's lineup may still be subject to change come Wednesday night in Edmonton, but would it be accurate to suggest this is the most NHL caliber lineup you've gone with in the preseason?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we were close the other night, but a lot of those guys have been kind of chomping at the bit here to get going and get into games, and so this has a lot of look to a regular season, especially this year with the schedule. There's a lot of every other night, it seems like, for especially until the All-Star break. So kind of good rhythm to get into. We're playing Wednesday, light skate there yesterday, and then kind of getting back at it today. So Calgary's loaded up with all their guys too, so it's a real good test for us going, kind of getting ready for next week.
Yeah, the message that came through loud and clear when we were talking with Josh and Kyle Connor yesterday was, it almost felt like starting over again last Wednesday because they'd gone a week in between games. So, as a coaching staff, I'm guessing you're going to be looking for an upward trajectory too, now that it's more of an NHL type setting here tonight in terms of in between games and who's playing.
Yeah, you can only do so much. I mean, in practice, you want it to be game-like situations, and you put them in a lot of teaching scenarios, and also try to keep the pace up there. But there's nothing like playing the games themselves. I thought that there might have been that 7 or 8 days off for those guys between games. There was some rust. I thought we were sloppy, like I mentioned in the night, the first 30 minutes of that game. But then we kind of took off after that and got playing our game. So hopefully that. Having those guys coming right back going into it tonight, that they're all up to speed and they know what we need to do to go into Calgary and do play how we need to play to kind of keep building how we're going to want to look like next week.
Scott, obviously depth is a big storyline with you guys. It's safe to say when the waiver process happens, a few guys yesterday, it's a bit of collective holding of the breath to hope that guys pass through. Jets have lost a few guys in the last couple of years on waivers.
Yeah, you're happy that the player gets a chance, but you're always, a little upset that you're losing those players because it is the depth that you're hoping to build, and now maybe you're helping some other team with their kind of holes. So, you never want to. A guy gets a chance to play in the NHL, that's their dream, and they get an opportunity. So it is important that us, as you go along, that you are looking at those guys before they get to where that status is, and that you get them in situations to evaluate. But also there's lots of players also that maybe they're new to the organization or they haven't matured until a little bit later on, and then all of a sudden you have to throw them on waivers. But it's part of the game. It happens. You look at us also 2 years ago, we picked up a few players. We grabbed a couple of guys off waivers to help our hockey club. So it's part of the business. It's a hard part of the business. You do hold your breath for 24 hours, but at the end of the day, it's every team goes through it.
In terms of the plan after tonight, and I know you guys are off tomorrow, is there any kind of team bonding type event that's going to happen?
We have a team building thing that we're going to do Sunday. Okay. So it's totally top secret there, But that's just something.
Scott Arniel.
Yeah. No, it's just something that got us to get together kind of as a group. So.